The Nair Service Society, which is the organization of Nair community of Kerala, has been known for its tenacious, consistent, and vehement opposition towards communism. It was the NSS which took lead in opposing the first communist government of Kerala. Thereafter, the organization has always been on the forefront in fighting communism in Kerala. Until the recent past, that has been the position of the organization. But now, NSS General Secretary Mr. G. Sukumaran Nair has supported an initiative of Kerala's left government to convene a meeting to discuss issues of Sabarimala temple. Then he didn't stop there. Now he is attacking the opposition, especially the Congress, for not participating in that meeting. The BJP is also perplexed at the newfound love of Mr. Nair for the leftists. What could be the reason for the change in position? It was the NSS that took lead in opposing a decision of Kerala government during 2018-19 when the Kerala government allowed entry for women of all ages to Sabarimala temple, where that is not allowed because the custom and the tradition of the temple do not allow entry of women at a particular age group, that is between 10 or 50, that is menstruating women, to be more precise. And now NSS has taken a backflip. The same organization which held public protests in which around 3-4 people were killed in police action. Cases were charged against many people, and NSS was actually angry towards the left. And that got reflected in the next Lok Sabha polls also, benefiting the Congress to a great extent and BJP to a lesser extent. So what could be this? What could be the reason behind this newfound love? For that, we need to take go deeper into the whole issue. One of the conspiracy theories, I don't know whether this is right or wrong, doing the rounds is the government has actually agreed to accede or grant the request of Nair Service Society on the education front, because the society, NSS, is running many educational institutions that works with the aid of the state government. They are called aided schools and colleges. So that could be one reason where NSS, the demands of NSS have been accepted. This is one reason. The second reason, or the second theory that is going rounds, is some of the leaders of CPM and their allies have succeeded in convincing NSS leadership that if left government fails in the coming assembly polls and Congress comes to power, then Muslim League will be calling the shots. And this is something which frightens NSS. They have done the same thing with the SNDP also, the organization representing Idava community in Kerala. So these two communities are now supporting the left government because they feel that the BJP may not come to power. The BJP doesn't have the support to come to power, and if Congress comes to power, if CPIM or the left gets defeated, it will be the Congress which comes to power. And if that happens, then the Muslim League is going to rule Kerala. And definitely Kerala's Hindu organizations seem to be to have a fear about such a possibility. So that is why some people say NSS is now supporting CPM. Let's take a closer look into the whole issue. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. So what was unthinkable a few decades ago has happened. Once founder of Nair Service Society, Manath Padmanabhan, turned, spoke that, or he opined that those people from the Nair community who sided or supported or joined communists are deranged people, or people, who have been thrown out of the group, or people who are not considered to be, virtuous people. But all on a sudden, that quote has become irrelevant. Now, NSS leadership itself is supporting the left in Kerala. So that is the type of political change that has happened in Kerala. And the reason is, as I said, the reason for the change of the stand in Nair Service Society is NSS General Secretary Sukumaran Nair says the government has agreed to change their position on women entry in Sabarimala temple. Actually, there is a case review petition before Supreme Court of India. Earlier, Supreme Court had granted permission to women of all ages entry to the temple. But the tradition of the temple has been menstruating women are not allowed in the temple. The logic behind the belief was or is the deity is a celibate deity. It is deities are consecrated in temples under certain assumptions. So a temple doesn't work like other centers of worship, especially temples in Kerala, where the tantric system is being followed. Now, a deity, when a deity is consecrated, it is consecrated based on certain assumptions. At Sabarimala, it is assumed that the deity, Lord Ayyappa, is celibate. So, it is because of that women of menstruating age are not allowed entry in the temple. That is the custom. So earlier there have been occasions when reformers tried to reform the custom, but it was met with opposition from all groups across the Hindu society. The peculiarity of this temple is this temple allows entry to people of all castes. There is some amount of egalitarianism at the temple. People of any faith, Christians, Muslims, or from any faith can enter the temple. So, in that aspect, the outlook has been very generous. Outlook has been very progressive. So, you cannot accuse the temple of being orthodox. In fact, this is the temple where Hindus across castes visit. This is a temple from where all South Indians pay a visit. The fact is that devotees from Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Karnataka outnumber devotees from Kerala. Now there is Telangana also. Even people from north, once even the megastar of Bollywood, Amitabh Bachchan, paid respect to the Lord at the temple. So the type of egalitarianism that exists in the temple is one aspect that has resisted religious conversion across South India. Because 1 month there is, there is a pilgrimage to South India. During that month, you cannot convert anybody. So this was a stone wall. This was something that resisted the flood of religious conversion in entire South India. So there have been efforts to attack the temple from certain organized groups, vested interest groups, because they know that as long as this temple exists, it's going to be very tough to destroy Hindu unity. So actually, it was the Hindu unity that defeated Pinaray Vijayan's aim to allow people from all castes enter the temple. Actually, it was not a decision of Pinaray Vijayan, but it was a decision of court. But those who opposed the verdict say it was because the government lawyers or lawyers who represented the Travancore Devasam Board failed to convince the court about the custom there. It was not a discrimination. There was not an iota of discrimination that exists in the temple. What exists is merely a custom, and that was based on the assumption that the deity is a brahmachari or celibate. So this is the background. Anyway, NSS has changed tack. Now it seems that the political impact will be Congress will not be able to capitalize or exploit from Sabarimala anymore. Now the organization that organized held protests now is siding with the left. So this is a problem for, this is going to be a puzzle for the Congress. The BJP, I don't think it is going to directly impact. The BJP says that they actually held a separate convention when the government held a separate meeting to discuss Sabarimala or global meet. The BJP organized another parallel meet. Actually, it was the meet organized by Hindu organization, including the BJP, that attracted more pilgrims. The government meet is criticized as lacking public participation. There were many empty chairs. It was organized spending a huge money, but the other was not like that. But anyway, let's see how things turn out. I feel that for the time being, Pinaray has been, or left has been able to dilute anger of the Hindus against, the government. So that may be positive, but they may not be getting any benefit out of it, direct benefit. Perhaps the Congress may lose something. For the BJP, it depends on how BJP is able to take forward the goodwill among certain Hindu groups for them. Let's see how things are going to turn out.